Here's your advanced floor work physical challenge. So we got a few different things happening here. We've got a part of our internal seated straddle roll. We have a straight leg buttercup, and then we are sweeping and rolling out kind of like a straight leg classic liquid rollout. But then that goes back into the bottom end or the coming back up part of an internal seated straddle roll. Okay, so if you remember, your seated straddle roll uses an initiation from the bottom leg going underneath and back. Okay, so when you twist, right now we're just going to do quarters and turn 90 degrees. When you do that, your hips are stacked. That means you have a top leg, a bottom leg. The bottom leg is going to thread underneath and go backwards, so that now you are sideways to the front. Because I am threading a bottom leg that is going to be bent, I'm threading it underneath. I'm going to keep it bent, and then if you remember your straight leg buttercup, you're going to push back and to the side, one knee up, one leg is out to the side. Now normally with your straight leg buttercup, you would continue moving backwards, or you could go through any other shape like a forward roll, or you could just sit down, which is fine for right now. Now from here, I'm going to show you this front row. Okay, another 90-degree turn. I'm going to sweep, straighten and extend the bottom leg here, push forward through the pelvis, roll through the pelvis, top of the thigh, knee, shin, foot, so that we're coming into a scorpion tail rollout. And I'm going to continue rolling in that direction, stacking the hips, bottom leg threads underneath and comes back up. Okay, so basically the entrance into the internal seated straddle roll requires stacking of the hips and the bottom leg to thread underneath and go backwards. And if we were to reverse that action once again, you would stack your hips, bottom leg threads underneath, and then you come up into this straddle position. Okay, so we're going to do it just in quarter turns only, so you can see what's happening here, and then we're going to shave that off in just only two bigger turns that are going to be 180 degrees. Okay, so 90 degrees to the right, stack bottom leg threads underneath and back, keep the bent leg bent, push back into your straight leg buttercup. As I continue to go backwards, I'm going to turn 90 degrees towards the back of the room, straight leg classic liquid rollout, continue stacking the hips, thread the other leg underneath and up. So that was 290 degrees, 90, 90, 90, we've done a 270. Once again, I'm going to turn towards the front of the room, which would be 90 degrees. The bottom leg threads underneath, keep the bent leg bent, back into a straight leg buttercup, turn another 90 degrees over here, straighten, roll through the pelvis, keep the hips stacked, boom, thread underneath. Okay, so you see how this is creating your 90-degree turns, and eventually you're going to make yourself all the way back. But what we're going to do now this time is we're actually going to do a 180-degree turn on the way in, so it looks quicker, but in only two actions. Ready? So once I do, once again, I'm going to turn 90 degrees to start. I stack, bottom leg threads and extends underneath, boom. Straight leg buttercup to the side. But as I continue traveling backwards, I'm going to sweep behind me 180 degrees, straighten, extend, roll, stack the hips, thread underneath, and I'm back right where I started with just two turns. Two 180s equals a 360, okay? Or if you think about it, it's a 90, 180, and a 190. I can do math here. 90 degrees, back, 180 degrees, boom. Underneath, 90 degrees, back to the front. Give it a try and let me know what you think.